What's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to show you how to one wheel. Alright, so we'll just jump right into it. I bought here the Onewheel Pint almost 3 months ago, so I'm pretty comfortable with it, and I've learned a lot, some the hard way, and I just wanted to make this video to share with people that might be thinking about getting one, purchasing one. So we'll just go over the basics. I did make an unboxing video. The audio quality came out a little rough. I was in the transition of a move. But yeah, this is exactly how it's going to look when it comes out, minus all the dirt and guff here, scratches. All right, made in Santa Cruz, California. All right, so yeah, as you can see, it's leaning one way. So this is the side where your back foot's going to go. It's leaning down that way because I believe the battery's on this side. All right, and the front pad is pretty interesting. If you see here, pick you on up. This is where your front foot goes, whether you ride regular or goofy, and you'll see these 3 white dots kind of dividing up the front pad. Just means one side's for your heel, one side's for your toe, vice versa, however you ride. All right, it's very cool, very cool. If I just, not to get into it too far, if I turn it on here, you'll see it light up. All right, and it's pressure sensitive, so if you press on this side, it's going to want to go to the right, and if you press on the left side, it's going to go to the left. So very cool, very cool. All right, just wanted you to see that real quick. All right, so there's the front pad, back pad. Let me turn that off. I saved the battery. The battery, it takes about 120 minutes to charge. It comes with the stock charger. You can buy a charger that will, I think it's called the hypercharge, but it charges like in 50 minutes if you're always on the go. Me, I just take this around for, you know, little commuter things. So yeah, that's how long it takes to charge. It weighs about 23 pounds.
23 pounds.
As you can see here in the middle, there's the wheel, and then there's this nice little handy mag handle. Fits in your life pretty easy. Now you also have the wheel here. Obviously you can see it, it's totally exposed. It's cool, that's how it comes. You can buy a fender to cover that. I did buy some extra add-ons. Maybe I'll make a second video of all the little cool extra add-ons you can do to this Onewheel Pint. It does have a big brother, the Onewheel XR. If you're trying to rip the dirt or the trails, that thing goes up to 19 miles per hour, and it's a beast. That goes for about, like I said, 1,800 bucks. The Pint goes for 900 bucks or 950 bucks, and this is basically how it comes, like that. So the Pint, it goes up to about 16 miles per hour, and then if you approach that 60 miles per hour, you'll get into something called pushback.
Pushback.
We'll get into that, okay? The next thing that we're going to talk about before jumping on this Onewheel is very, very important stuff. Safety equipment. Okay, the first piece of safety equipment I want to definitely suggest or recommend is a good quality brain bucket. I'm rocking one from 1,000. I'll leave a link in the video description if you like the way it looks. But yeah, works for me. All right, the second piece of safety equipment I want to talk about is some hand and wrist protection. Okay, you can fall on this pretty violently if you're not careful and know what this thing's capable of, okay? These wrist guards are great. Fingers are exposed. Makes it useful if you stop and you want to, you know, text on the phone, or if you got someone you got to respond to right away. Just pull over. These gloves make it very helpful. What's cool is it's unidirection, so they only flex one way. Okay, they don't flex back the other way. As you can see, I've made good use of them. All right, you can take a pretty decent nosedive on this Onewheel. Okay, that's why I strongly recommend some wrist guards, hand protection. Okay, and I'll leave a link in the video description if you like these too. Okay, highly recommend these. All right, I have cut up my knuckles though before. Okay, so if you want something that's fully covered, look into that. All right, and the last piece of equipment, you already have it on, but I'd recommend getting some maybe some type of skater shoes, some with some grip, something that's a little bit on the stiffer side. I'm rocking some Etnies here. All right, they've worked for me. They got kind of a tough edge around the top here too. Not sure if you can see that. Whoop, whoop. But they're built for on the tough side. I'll leave a link in the video description on those as well. All right, so now that we got all of our equipment on, we bought our Onewheel, we're going to talk about how we get on it. Okay, first thing you want to do before you try to step on it, of course, let's turn it on. All right, power's on. The light will flash up here, so you can see it's on. That light bar is fully lit up, showing that I have a fully charged battery. As I use the battery up, the light will go down. Just a little info for you. As soon as you put your foot on here, the light will go away. Okay, just a heads up. Another way you can tell if it's on or off, all right, if it's on and I push it, it's not gonna go anywhere. If it's off, and I give it a little push, hey, get back here, it's gonna take off. So let's talk about stepping on now, all right? Power's on. You're gonna put your back foot on first. All right, you can keep it straight if you want, angle it out if you want, whatever feels good for you. Front foot, I angle it a little bit out, all right? And what you're gonna do is when you bring it down, just push down with this front leg, okay? This front knee is just gonna extend down and it's gonna balance itself. See? Wow! Okay, so now you're up. You're moving, okay? Now, the first few times you try, it's gonna be really weeby wobbly.
Weeby wobbly.
Check out this clip of me the first time me trying. Just like anything, the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. It takes time, bit of muscle memory, all right? But let's keep it real basic since it's your first time, all right? All you really want to do, I wouldn't try doing anything too aggressive, like trying to get low. Just keep an athletic stance, all right? Just try going forward. How you do that is just real simple. Lean forward. The more you lean forward, the faster you'll go. There's that pushback I was talking about. We'll talk about that in a second, okay? Now to turn, as you can see, I forgot to mention, it's your first time riding a Onewheel. Pick a nice wide open area to practice, okay? Don't try going down some alley or some broken up driveway. Get to a big parking lot. I'm lucky this one's paved. It's good to show off, all right? But you get my point. It's a good place to start. Turning, okay. Remember how I was talking about that front pad, right? We push on that front pad, either on the toe side or the heel side, okay? And the wheel is gonna want to turn left or right, okay? Let me just show you what that looks like down there. Now, for your first few turns, you're probably gonna take some nice wide turns. So let's try that, okay? it's gonna take some time to make it to be really maneuverable on this thing, okay? Nice wide turn. One thing I forgot to mention or go over was the pushback. Very important feature. One feature you really don't want to ignore. If you ignore a pushback or try to fight it, it's gonna launch it. So pretty much when you start to approach that top speed for this is 16 miles per hour, the nose of the board is going to raise up, okay? And that's what it's telling you to slow down, all right? It doesn't want you to top out. If you don't and you try to fight that, or if you just don't pay attention or you don't know how to recognize it, that could be real dangerous for you, okay? Basically, the nose of the board does a nosedive into the pavement and you become a human projectile in road rash. So, you gotta be really aware of the pushback. When the nose starts to raise, slow down, okay? And there is an app for this too. I'll show you here, and you can keep track of your speed and what you're doing. And it does keep track of your battery juice. Always good to keep an eye on that. That way you can gauge how far you can actually make it. And it does come in 4 different modes you can ride in. I'd recommend starting off in either the Redwood or the Pacific mode. And then once you start feeling comfortable, you can start to explore the other 2 modes. I relatively just stay in the Pacific mode. That's a good spot for me. Over time, over some rides, you'll get used to getting used to the pushback. Let me show you here what it looks like. You should be able to hear it and feel it, okay? Really pay attention to that pushback. That's all I can say. I've had 3 really good hard spills, pizza and beer everywhere, bloody knuckles. You get the point, okay? They made it so awesome. It's just like, once you get used to this, it's just like an extension of your body. You're gonna feel like Marty McFly in Back to the Future. So I think that's enough turns. Let's talk about stopping or getting off the board, all right? There's 3 ways you can get off this one wheel, all right? You can get off just by jumping, just jumping 2 feet off. The second way, you can lift up your front heel and the one wheel will come to a stop. And the third way is a new feature they put on, it's called Smart Stop. And all you do is pretty much come to a stop, lean back, and it stops, all right? Let me show you what those look like. I don't know if you're still thinking about buying this, you know, I live in a small town, it comes in real handy, you know. It lasts up to 8 miles for range. Sometimes I put it to 10. It really matters if you're doing a lot of uphill. If you're doing a lot of uphill, obviously the battery is gonna drain quick, okay? Other reasons to maybe think about buying this. If you like snowboarding, I swear It's like skateboarding and snowboarding. It literally feels like you're floating, especially when you're on a nice flat pavement. Whew. Man, I mean, it puts smiles on faces, I'm not gonna lie. And as always, if you like what you see, throw me a like, click that subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next adventure.